Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Hope you're all doing well. If you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel and you haven't done so already, and I highly recommend you do, it's much appreciated and it shows your support for the content and the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that red subscribe button down below. It's much appreciated. And also don't forget to like this video as well. Click the thumbs up on the video and click the bell so you are notified when I upload any new content on the channel or when I go live. But this is going to be my player ratings for round 10. New Zealand Warriors taking on the Penrith Panthers down there in Brisbane for NRL Magic Round. And I'm also going to do a little bit of a review of the game as well. So we'll start off with the review now of the game. So going into this one, both teams obviously coming off back-to-back losses. The Panthers come off that loss to the Tigers. Warriors coming off the loss to the Roosters in New Zealand. And both teams trying to avoid third straight loss of the season. So, yeah, look, the way this game started for me, was the fact that this was very physical. Both teams going at it toe for toe early on. Warriors putting some big hits and big tackles on the Panthers players. And, it was quite a physical start. Now, it took a while to see a try in this game. And the Warriors got a try to add in Fanua-Blake. And I thought it was a great try to Fanua-Blake. The way, we set up to score that try was outstanding. So, Fanua-Blake got the first try for the Warriors. But then the Panthers did hit back with a try to Dylan Edwards. That's right, Dylan Edwards. Sorry for the long pause there. Dylan Edwards scored the try. That was a pretty simple try that he scored straight through the middle of the Warriors defenders. And he gets the Panthers on the board. It's 6-all. And then from there on, once Penrith got that try, momentum was starting to swing towards the Panthers. The try to Brian To'o, and they got the lead 12 points to 6. Now, going into halftime, the scoreline was 12-6. And look, I thought, the way we played in that first half, I thought we were doing well enough. But I will say that our execution in attack was just not there. Now, I personally, the way I watched this game on the Monday, I watched it back to get a proper view of the game before doing this video, was that our ruck speed was just not with Penrith. I think our ruck speed was the issue in this game. And you could tell that Shaun Johnson, there was, obviously he's been doing a lot of kicking lately, but that's the way it was going. He was doing a lot of kicking in this game as well. So, I think Shaun Johnson was kicking well. I thought he was playing well in this game, but the second half. Now, the second half, I thought, look, if we can start well in the second half, go toe-to-toe with Penrith, then maybe we can get ourselves back in the game. But, for a while, it was 12-6 for a while, and then Penrith, started to, keep plying on the pressure. And for the majority of that second half, Penrith were on top. They were on top of the Warriors. The Warriors just struggled, for any ascendancy in the forwards and making meters down the other end of the field. And Penrith just strangled the Warriors out of this, game. So, after Penrith scored that try, and it was purely game over. It was purely game over. Once they scored that try to make it 18 points to 6, only, 5 minutes remaining, 6 minutes remaining, actually. For me, it was pretty much game over. And obviously, the biggest talking point is the two sin-bins for the Warriors. Now, the two sin-bins I'll get into. So, Jackson Ford, the hip drop on Moses Leota. I think it was Moses Leota there. Now, watching the game live at the stadium, but then watching it back on replay, for me, this hip drop tackle is a big thing in the game right now. It's a massive thing because we know the NRL is coming down on it quite hard. And personally, I think, it is the right call to do this, to come down hard on the hip drop tackle. But whether they're doing it consistently is the big question. Whether this is just, for me, this tackle that Jackson Ford made on Moses Leota was not a sin bin. It was not a sin bin. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, maybe a penalty at worst, but that was not a sin bin. That was a terrible decision, in my opinion. I don't think he deserved a sin bin for that call, for that tackle. And the Dimitri Safakula one. Now, the Dimitri Safakula one was full of striking action, and that was a very harsh sin bin for me too. So those two sin bins that the Warriors got given weren't sin bins. They weren't sin bins at all, and I think they were ordinary decisions by the ref. So two sin bins that should not have happened. I can argue the case of Jackson Ford was a penalty in that case. I think it was a penalty at worst, but a sin bin, nope. Dimitri Sivakula, that one was very harsh. I think that one was more harsh than Jackson Ford, actually. So the two sin bins for me weren't the correct decisions. So in saying that, now the Warriors, just look at opportunities that we didn't take. So and for me, the attack was just not threatening against the Panthers. We scored one try off Adam Blake. He scored, so our attack wasn't really there in this whole game besides that moment. So yeah, look, Sean Johnson, he tried to get the boys up. A few goal line dropouts. He tried to pump the boys up, but I think this whole second half was a real struggle for the Warriors. I think it really was. I think Penrith just strangled us out of the game defensively. So we couldn't make any meters down the other end of the field. But the scoreline finished 18-6. Like I said there, the effort's there. Couldn't be more prouder of the boys for the effort they put in. We had Edward Cozy come off with an ankle injury. We had a reshuffle of the backline yet again. We seem to be always doing this every week. Our team is reshuffling. It's not helping. But again, next man up mentality. We shouldn't have to make excuses like injuries, referee decisions. We shouldn't be, making these excuses up. We should be able to try and at least get ourselves in a position to win. And, we didn't do it. So 18-6 was the final scoreline there. So trial scorers were Adam Fanatics Blake, Panthers with Dylan Edwards, To'o, and Spencer Linu. Nathan Cleary with 2 out of 3 conversions, which is very rare that he misses a kick, but he's only human there. Nathan Cleary also got a penalty goal. And those are pretty much that is pretty much all the game info there. But we'll look into the play ratings now. So fullback, Chance Nickel-Klugstad. Now, I think Chance Nickel-Klugstad played well. I think he played well. I was just looking to his stats here. So we got 25 all runs, 191 meters, actually 42 kick return meters, and he made 43 post contact meters for 1 hit up. And yeah, that's the stats. So overall, for Chance Nickel-Klugstad, CNK, I am going to give him I'll give him a 7. A 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Chance Nickel-Klugstad. Darren Watene-Zelezniak on the wing there. He had 16 all runs, 137 all running meters. And he made 39 post-contact meters for 1 line break. Now, Dylan Watene-Zelezniak, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Marcelo Montoya. Now, Marcelo Montoya in his 100th NRL game. So, 21 all runs, 196 all running meters. Now, I thought Marcelo Montoya had a very good game in his 100th game. And And I'm actually going to give Masala Montoya here a 7. I'm going to be giving him a 7 here, purely based on what he did on the field and how he played. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Adam Pompey now. So 19 all runs for 138 all running meters. So that's a pretty solid effort there by Adam Pompey with 7 kick return meters and 52 post contact meters. So for me, Adam Pompey, I'm going to say I'll give him a solid 6.5 out of 10. Edward Cozy now. So unfortunately, Edward Cozy came off with an ankle injury. So look, it's really, hard to give a rating for someone that didn't play a lot of minutes. So I'll just be quick brief here. 4 out of 10 for Edward Cozy. Dylan Walker, now his stats 6 all runs for 32 all running meters and made 7 kick return meters there. So, look, Dylan Walker, look, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. A 6.5 out of 10 for me. Sean Johnson, the halfback there. Yeah, look, Sean Johnson was good. I'm going to give Sean Johnson a 7 out of 10. Adam Fanua Blake in the prop position. He had 131 all running meters for 14 all runs. And Adam Fanua Blake, I am going to give him a 7 out of 10. The hooker was, I think it was Freddie Lussick. It's listed him on the NRL website. It's listed on the NRL website as Wade Egan as the hooker, but Wade Egan came off the bench as a late shuffle there. So Freddie Lussick for me, I'm going to give Freddie Lussick I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Next player is Bunty Afoa. Now, Bunty Afoa, actually, I thought this was Bunty Afoa's best performance, actually, this season. Now, his stats read 103 running meters, and he had 9 all runs for 69 post-contact meters. So it was good to see Bunty Afoa actually play a lot better than what he has been this season. So yeah, look, I mean, for me, I'll give Bunty Afoa a 6.5 out of 10. Jackson Ford. So Jackson Ford, he had 95 all running meters for 7 all runs. Look, Jackson Ford obviously had that sin bin, and that try that Penrith scored came off a Jackson Ford missed tackle. So and Jackson Ford himself, giving away penalty as well, which again is something he needs to start working on in his game. I think he's been great for us this season, but there are some moments where he's doing stuff which he needs to sort out and fix up. But look, I mean, no effort, no lack of effort for Jackson Ford in his effort areas, but I just think there's some stuff in his game probably needs to be worked on at the moment. But I'll give him a 5 out of 10 for me for this one. Marata Niokore. For me, Marata Niokore was a little bit quiet, actually. I've only had a little bit of a quiet game. Now, I am going to give Marata Niokore here a 5. 5 out of 10. I thought it was a little bit quiet in this one, actually. So, Marata Niokore, I think he's been good for us in the games he's played, but I think in this one wasn't, a standout performance. Tohu Harris now. Tohu Harris, 21 all runs from 155 all running meters. What can you say? Tohu Harris came into this game with, a little bit of a doubt on whether he'd be, 100% for this one. But, he put on the performances on the field there against the Panthers. So, look, for me, Harris gets a 7 for me, a 7 out of 10. Josh Curran, only 8 all runs for 74 all running meters. Not really a big sample size in the stats there. Josh Curran, I'll just give him a 6 out of 10. Dimitri Safakula, the guy that also got a sin bin as well. Look, not much minutes there. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Tom Ale, again, another one. I'll just give him a 5. And that's the side. That's the whole side. So The top performing players, so it says here that the most tackles was Harris with 48, to Isaiah's 42, and Marcelo Montoya led the way for the Warriors, 196 on running meters, and Dylan Edwards leading the way for Penrith, 257 there. So those are the individual stats, and that is the player ratings and a little bit of a review of the game. So yeah, that's it. That is it. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the game. Who was your standout player and why? Comment down below. What are the things that the Warriors need to look to improve on heading into the Bulldogs clash this Friday night? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And yeah, if you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button down below. And also don't forget to like this video, share the video around, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Cheers, everyone.